Physical media is under attack, has been for a very long time. There are a lot of modern conveniences that come with digital media and storing things in the cloud. For example, you can access the movies and video games that you enjoy just about anywhere without having to have the physical disc with you. However, the trade off for that is far more expensive, in my opinion, to than that would justify it. It is a way to further the ideology, the idea that you will own nothing and be happy. And this latest example from PlayStation proves that you own nothing, even if you pay them your money. PlayStation has pulled thousands of products from its store, digital products, that people have paid for. And from what I can tell, have not refunded anything. Many people out there feel that this is a great example, a great time to justify piracy. And I would understand that. In particular, if it's the stuff you bought, the stuff that you own, allegedly, no longer will be yours. 1,300 seasons of content that users purchased with their money will now be removed. And by the way, this is TV, right? This is not even, I mean, I have other examples here. I'm going to show you how they've done it to video games. We already know how they'll take digital content, these companies, and edit it to modernize it, changing the original product that you bought and forcing you to watch a new censored version. There have been several examples of that, adding disclaimers, immersion breaking disclaimers to movies, things like that. Now we have the PlayStation Store removing 1,300 seasons of Discovery TV shows, even if users purchased them. Now, a lot of, again, I am a PlayStation guy, so Sony ponies relax, all right? I like PlayStation, I like Xbox, I don't pick sides. I am very, very fortunate, very, very lucky that I have both, and so I don't have to choose. But anyway, PC Master Race. That said, a lot of people are defending this and saying, oh, well, it's not really Sony, it's Warner Brothers saying that. Doesn't matter. This is products that that they took your money for that you no longer have access to. By the way, that is not something my company, Coffee Brand Coffee, would ever do. It is December 4th. You now only have a few weeks left to get your Christmas orders in. And I know our gift boxes have sold out every single holiday season. Get your holiday gift boxes now. Promo code BESTGIFT. You'll save 10%. We have 2 different pre-made ones, but we also have this customized gift box builder. You can build with, even if they don't like coffee, you can build with cocoa. You can build with teas. You can build with, obviously, our 30 different coffees, whole bean or ground. You can build with our premium snacks. You can just build a box of delicious premium snacks. It comes ready to go in a nice high gloss box that you can just hand right over to the person that you need to get the gift. You don't even have to wrap it. Link in the description. Get your Christmas shopping done today. PlayStation has announced that individuals who purchased Discovery content through their platform will have their purchased content removed in just 3 weeks. They replied, this is why internet piracy is alive and well. And who could possibly disagree with that? You know, coincidentally, none of the dollars, as many people have pointed out, the money that we paid for this content was not getting refunded. You could maybe, you could maybe bend your head, mold your head around the fact that, they lost the licensing, so they refunded the product because you can no longer access it. That is the fair thing to do, at minimum, right? Imagine if you bought a DVD of your favorite, you bought a 6 Feet Under DVD of the season of that, or Dexter, or, back when I was young, we couldn't afford like HBO and all these stuff, so we would wait for like Black Friday and buy the seasons on DVD. If you're young, you might not remember, but that was actually a thing, collecting, series of, I remember seeing like Carnival, Deadwood, all the great shows that I enjoyed were because I bought box sets from Best Buy on clearance. Imagine some dude just shows up at your house and says, I'm going to take that back. No, and I'm not going to give you your money back. I'm just going to take all these things that you purchased. I'm outie. Sorry, not sorry. That's exactly what they're doing. And it extends beyond this, right? Sony recently sent messages to players who had previously purchased. Again, purchased. This isn't like you have a streaming service or a cable TV service and then they lose a channel. Okay, which is bad enough because you did, when you purchased, let's say, cable TV, it was with the expressed offering of a certain number of channels. And when they remove those channels, they aren't refunding you money. This is even worse. As of December 31st, 2023, due to our content licensing agreements with content providers, you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Discovery content, and the content will be removed from your video library, the message reads. We sincerely thank you for continued support. What? And let me be very clear. This is probably Sony not wanting to pay to keep the licenses for that content. Sony was fine to take your money. Sony was absolutely fine to take customers' money for this stuff. This includes shows like Mythbusters, An Idiot Abroad, Cake Boss, Deadliest Catch, American Shopper, Shark Week, How It's Made, and Street Outlaws. Now, we all know, of course, Discovery's probably going to roll out their own stupid pay-per app that everyone's going to have to pay $7.99 to access this. The situation is notable is that it differs from physical policy when games are delisted for licensing reasons. In most cases like this, players are usually still able to play and even re-download their delisted games. It would appear that the same is not true for video content. However, indeed, this isn't the first time content has been removed this way from PlayStation Store. In August of 2022, the PlayStation Store removed 314 pieces of video content in Germany and 137 removed in Austria. As with the Discovery content, players who had bought any of these videos were now unable to watch them after they were delisted. The proper thing to do would be to, at minimum, refund the money, right? And people are saying, "Oh, thanks to Warner Brothers." It doesn't matter. Okay, so if Warner Brothers says, "Hey, we're pulling our content back because we want to charge people $7 a month to watch it," okay, fine. Screw Warner Brothers for that. All right, but one of you all owes me my money. One of you owes me my money back in full with interest because you've had my money for 6 years. You know, and this isn't the first time. You have a game like this. Again, another licensing issue. Remember Friday the 13th? This was a game that was very, very popular. It was a game that I always wanted to play, and I just never had enough time to get into it. Again, if you purchased the game, okay, you see these games. They're probably kind of like reflective behind me now, right? But these are all Nintendo Entertainment System games on the top board. I can put those in a Nintendo any minute I want. Anytime I want, I can play any one of those games in their entirety because I purchased them. And that's the way things used to be. Well, this game, Friday the 13th game, no longer available to buy, okay, after this year. Okay, that happens. However, you can no longer play it either. The time has come. Our license for Friday the 13th will expire on December 31st, 2023. That's in 3 weeks. On that date, Friday the 13th, the game will no longer be available for sale, both physically and digitally. Okay, sure, fine. But then the next line. The game will, however, continue to function through at least December 31st next year. Oh, a whole nother year for the game I purchased? The game I purchased, you're saying, hey, you can play for another year, and then who knows? Right? Then who knows? I have Friday the 13th on Nintendo Entertainment System. I can play that anytime I want. In fact, I kind of want to. Remember the rock? Pew, pew, pew. And then you hear you gotta get the lighter, and I love to beat that game. There's so many Nintendo. The reason I collect Nintendo games is because when I was young, we didn't own really any of them. And when I borrowed them or rented them from the video game store, I never could beat them in time. But I can put that game anytime I want and play it. So this is, again, Did, this publisher who took everyone's $50 for this game when they sold it, did they say, hey, this is an exploding game that in 3 years, they knew when this license was going to go up, right? They knew. Did they put it on the box and say, hey, give us $40 and you can play this game for 3 months or 3 years? I have games that are still in their packaging that I want to play, right? Like this Dark Souls series. Everyone says you got to play Dark Souls, right? I bought it a million years ago, 5-6 years ago, whatever. I'm going to play it eventually someday. But in the meantime, what? Are they going to remove the license and now I can't play it? That's a very real possibility with digital licensing. And these companies are not being forthcoming. They are not being honest that the product you're purchasing is vaporware, essentially. Sure, you get to enjoy it, and 90% of people will have already been done with the game and not care. But that's not the point. The point is I paid for a product, and you took it back from me, and you didn't give me my money back. This is only going to get worse as more and more streaming services pull content and want you to pay $10. Look at Disney Plus. How many programs has Disney Plus removed because they didn't want to pay the licensing fees anymore for it? Customers are going to continue to get screwed because that's exactly what the digital content world is all about. I hope you're informed by this video. Support physical media. And by the way, if you don't want to support Hollywood, you can buy the DVDs used from eBay or, go to your library or thrift stores. Accumulate physical media of the movies you love because one day, I don't even have to speculate. I know one day it will be highly likely they will no longer be available for you. Disgusting.